Hello, everybody. I'm Kevin Frazier, and this is EA Sports Game Changer.
Today, NBA superstar Steph Curry. On the court, on the green, and on a mission. The amazing basketball court built by hand that he found halfway round the world.
I'm Steph Curry, and I'm a game changer.
And what if you had the mind of an NFL defensive genius? It's real, and it's now. High-tech football like you've never seen before. Then, boxes of baseball gloves from this garage in California to the front lines in Afghanistan. We'll meet the minor league shortstop, bringing joy to the troops, one glove at a time. Plus, it's an inspiring story about never giving up. The goalkeeper and the pair of magical gloves that he hopes will change the world. All that and more. Game Changers is on.
Hello and welcome to EA Sports Game Changers. I'm Kevin Frazier, and today we start with a real game changer. NBA All-Star Steph Curry. I love this guy's game, and I think his jump shot is even better than his dad's, former NBA sharpshooter Del Curry. Sorry, Del. By the way, Steph makes tens of millions of dollars, has a beautiful family, and could do anything he wants with his time and his money. But we're talking about a game changer, and that's why Steph is making a difference from the streets of Oakland all the way to Africa. Steph Curry is fast, fearless, and also has a pure jumper.
When he has the ball in his hands, there's literally nothing he can't do. His release is exceptionally quick. Then you factor in step-back jump shots, floaters, one-legged shots. He's an incredible weapon.
Last season, Curry dropped a NBA record 272 three-pointers. So we know what he can do on the hardwood, but what kind of game does he have on the green? Okay, it's a start. We caught up with the NBA All-Star at this year's third annual Steph Curry Thanks USA golf tournament.
Today we're playing some golf, which is a great way to give back and raise money for scholarships for the families and children of active military personnel.
Steph has done a magnificent job in helping to raise awareness when it comes to supporting family members of those who've served since 9/11/01.
When Steph calls for a cause, big names like NBA stars David Lee and Harrison Barnes come out to play.
My team played pretty well.
I could have hit it 110. I've hit it like 130 before.
I don't think we'll be on the podium receiving any awards.
But I shanked it. I didn't even have a shot.
But I think we held our own.
But it wasn't just the All-Stars enjoying the course. Some of Curry's scholarship holders were also here.
My name is Maria Baramita, and I am a three-time recipient of the Thanks USA Scholarship. Winning this has meant so much to my family. My dad was in the Army for 20 years, and we haven't really had the means to support ourselves all the time, but with this scholarship, I've been able to pay for some of my collegiate education.
This event helps to raise a significant amount of money, and in the past 7 years, we've raised over $10 million and supported some 3,000 students.
People love the game of basketball and how much it gives them. They're willing to come out and donate their time and resources to support our causes off the court. And so I think that the game of basketball it brings a lot of people together. It's a very powerful thing.
Steph knows that basketball isn't the only thing bringing people together in San Francisco. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away in Tanzania, he recently played a game of hoops that changed his life forever.
It was unbelievable. They didn't know a lot about basketball, but there were these two teams, about 24 kids that were really passionate about it. They built a court, out of their clay with chalk lines down, and they have to, make their own court before they even play. Like nothing's given to them. They have to, fight for everything.
Tremendously moved by what he saw, Steph soon became an advocate for Nothing But Nets, an organization that provides bed nets to the people of Africa to help the fight against malaria.
It's 100% preventable and curable disease. And so if we can cover the entire continent with nets, hopefully it'll improve the lives of a lot of people that go through a lot of sicknesses and trials and tribulations because of mosquitoes.
From one corner of the globe to another, it's clear that Steph Curry is a game changer.
Millions and millions of dollars have come in. And if anything, Steph's gotten more humble. I don't know what it is, but Steph Curry, and this is the best thing I can say about an athlete, is the same person he was, or maybe a better person he was the night he got drafted as he is now as an NBA superstar.
He's been a hero to many young men and women, and it sets a stage for young people to give back.
I think being blessed to play basketball at the highest level, you can't take that for granted. And there's always time off the court to reach out to people that you meet along the way. There's always room to grow. I'm Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors, play point guard, and I'm a game changer.
Coming up, the defense of the future is here. How the secrets of defensive coaches are changing the game as we know it. And the gift of baseball. How old gloves are turning into new hope for thousands overseas. And his story has inspired thousands. The hometown hero hoping to save lives with these gloves.
They are some of the greatest NFL coaches of all time. Noel, Landry, Ryan, Parcells, and Belichick. Great minds with one thought in common: defense. Defensive play calling is a skill that includes a unique combination of math and gut instincts. This high-level way of thinking is something that can't be taught until now, thanks to a groundbreaking technology called Coach Glass.
Coach Glass is essentially a defensive coordinator sitting in your living room with you while you play. It utilizes a technology called Smart Glass.
Coach Glass is our first step in the right direction towards teaching football.
The foundation for this concept comes from real coaches' experience and in-depth research.
We used to track every head coach. What did they call when they were losing by 7 points as compared to what did they call when they were winning a game? Bill Parcells called more pass plays down 7 points than any coach in the league.
The pioneering technology allows everyday fans a high-tech way to watch and learn football, and real insight into how the mind of an NFL defensive coordinator works.
There's 3 essential ways of playing Coach Glass.
The base way and the way that we default to is the most simplistic way. It requires very little input from the user and very little football knowledge. We wait for the offensive team to pick their play. We then recognize what personnel group they're going to come out into the field. We take that personnel group and the knowledge about that team, and we say, hey, here are 3 plays we think will be successful or have a good chance of being successful against the personnel group you're currently facing.
What they wanted to do was develop a feature that was the NFL literally in the future. So if you can imagine a Coach Belichick or a Sean Payton live on the sidelines sitting down and actually utilizing a system, what would that system look like? And that's kind of essentially what they came up with. So on top of aiding to the experience, more importantly, it is educating you on the sport of football.
I was a defensive booth coach when I worked with the New York Jets, and when you're the booth coach on defense, you are tracking multiple things. Plays by down and distance, personnel groups that are in the game, and then what formations may lead to clues about what plays are going to be run. I think it's an opportunity to make this an educational tool as well as a game, and there's a lot of football fans that want to learn more football, and this is going to bring them right to that point. Coach Glass is the first huge step towards helping them.
It's also another example of how sports and technology are coming together to change the way we watch and play football.
Soon you're going to see electronics on the sideline. You're going to see coaches be able to go into the locker room and splice all the plays for the players to watch at halftime. Wouldn't your quarterback love to sit down and look at all the blitz calls?
Coming up next, how one idea turned this garage into a factory of hope for thousands of American soldiers. The shortstop who's making sure troops can play baseball no matter where they are. Then, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Matt Lamson discusses the battle he fought to stay alive and reach his dream.
Welcome back. You know, with sheer determination, you can accomplish great things. Next, you're about to meet a man
whose determination to change the game has caught on big time. He's a baseball player who launched a grassroots program that is bringing America's pastime to America's troops all over the globe.
For Vance Albitz, this truck arriving represents the start of a journey. This pallet is filled with baseball gloves, and these gloves are headed to the most dangerous places on Earth. These gloves are headed to war.
What's Gloves for Troops all about?
Gloves for Troops is a charity I started last year that ships baseballs and baseball gloves out to U.S. military throughout the world, so they can play catch with one another, kind of get a sense of home and a sense of normalcy when they're far away under the stresses of war.
That ball's hit in the air into left center field. On the run is Diaz. He can't get it, and that's to the wall. A big night for Vance Albitz.
Albitz is an infielder in the St. Louis Cardinals organization, and a good one. Hard work, determination, and solid play has got him to AAA Memphis. Just one phone call away from the bigs. A high school star at South Torrance High School, just outside Los Angeles. Albitz is hitting .270 in his first 3 years after signing as an undrafted free agent out of UC San Diego, where he was Division II All-American and set the school's all-time record in hits, doubles, runs scored, and assists. Back at home, he has turned his garage in Southern California into the headquarters for Gloves for Troops.
You could play life-size Jenga with this pile. Can we dig in?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
The big idea was born after Vance read about a soldier whose only wish was to have a baseball glove. And in this garage, if you think it, they will come.
We just got 300 gloves.
With the help of his dad and brother, Vance has already sent out more than 2,000 gloves, most of them donated.
These are gloves that have been donated, but a lot of them need repairs. So what we do is we clean them up. These are all, they're all gonna be good once we do it. We just restring them and they're good to use.
What has been the response from some of the soldiers?
Just being thankful that they've not only received the gloves and the baseballs, but that people are thinking about them and people are supporting them.
The positive response from the troops has come in all forms: letters, emails, and even video messages like this one.
Everybody was excited. I mean, again, it's something as soldiers we don't expect to get. You know, we do this for our country, and you know, we don't expect to get anything in return. So to actually get it, it's just exciting.
I certainly can't imagine being in a war situation, but what I can relate to, and what I think everybody can relate to, is that feeling at some point in their life of being away from home, or being alone, or feeling lonely, or feeling homesick.
When you're loading up a box to send to a member of our military, what all goes in it?
4 gloves, I'll put a ball in it, and then I'll grab a letter.
Dear soldier, thank you for protecting our country. I hope you like baseball as much as I do. Here's a glove and a ball to play catch. Maybe one day you can see me play in the World Series.
The great part about the letter is, even if it's for a minute, they read the letter and they feel happy, or they feel like they're not alone.
A lot of people consider you as a baseball player and a lot of Major League Baseball players as heroes. But you look at these soldiers who are fighting every day overseas for our freedom in our country, and you probably look at them in a different way, as a different type of leader and mentor. How can you compare the two? Can you?
I really don't think there is a comparison. To imagine being in a situation where when you lose, it's not just you lose a baseball game, you can lose a life. You do mention the word hero. I would say that's something that you would have to say when you talk about a military person.
For many, Vance's actions here in the garage are heroic. For this shortstop, it's about more than the feeling of a ball hitting the glove. It's about what that ball and the glove really mean to him and the soldiers on the other end.
To me, playing catch represents going outside with my dad, and it represents going to the field with my brother, and it represents happiness.
Coming up, how one soccer star overcame the worst. It's a journey you won't soon forget.
Welcome back. This next story is about the fight that we have inside of all of us and that game-changing moment. MLS soccer player Matt Lampson plays goalkeeper for the Columbus Crew. 6 years ago, he was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now, his courageous battle to survive didn't only change his outlook on life, but also his approach to being a professional athlete.
This is Matt Lampson, a 24-year-old game changer living his dream.
I always wanted to be a goalkeeper because growing up, I found out that you get these cool-looking gloves. And so, as superficial as it may be, that's how I started.
Lampson protects the net for the Columbus Crew, the MLS soccer team, who play in the very city where he grew up, Columbus, Ohio.
Growing up, my father's a big soccer fan. He grew up in South America, so he kind of brought that to his children. And then in '96, the city ended up getting a team, and being the soccer fan he was, he brought the whole family out. And it really spurred on my love of soccer.
With the gloves and the love of the game, the path to Matt's ultimate dream had begun. But that path would take a terrible turn.
The thought of failure and the thought of losing my battle with cancer never even crossed my mind. I never thought about that once.
Matt Lampson is a cancer survivor, and at the age of 17, Lampson was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, a cancer that attacks the body's tissue.
I was just finishing my senior year, and I went to donate blood to American Red Cross, and they denied me because my hemoglobin wasn't high enough. My father's a physician, so he was struck dumb about that. I mean, why would a 17-year-old kid have blood issues? About a week later, I had the diagnosis.
Fellow Crew teammate Chad Barson is also from Columbus. He remembers everyone knowing that Matt would beat this disease.
We knew he was sick and he was going to be battling this, and I mean, Matt is a very perseverant type of person. I think everyone was optimistic, knowing that he was getting great treatment, and just the type of person that Matt is. We all were optimistic that he would be back and better than he was before.
Matt fought the good fight, going through chemo and radiation treatments while his friends went on with their lives.
It was a very difficult time age-wise. Everybody, all my friends went to college, they moved on with their lives, and I was just kind of stuck. I had my family there, so my parents were really there to be the rock for me, and positivity, whether it's scientifically proven or not, really made a difference to me. That's what really gets you through things, is not dwelling on the negatives that you're having to go through each day, but staying positive and really doing the things you love and being with the people you love. As long as they were with me, it wouldn't be an issue, and I would get through it.
And he did. Matt fought for his life and won, something that makes every day after just a little more important.
You want to get the most out of everything that you're doing. It was imperative to me to live my life that way.
I think Matt is back 100%. He's better than he was before, he's healthier than he was before, and just has a better outlook on life.
I try to instill in people that you should really value the time that you have and not waste it, and it's using your second chance of life that you fought so hard to have to actually make a difference.
As for those cool gloves that started it all, nowadays those gloves are more than cool, they are incredibly special.
Lime green is the awareness color for lymphoma. With the help of Adidas, I'm gonna be wearing these because I know growing up that I would see goalkeeper gloves that guys would be wearing, I'd want to know more about them. I want this second chance to really make a difference with everyone that I can.
Time to go, but I'm already working on great stories for next week. And just keep in mind, whether it's in your community or even on the field, you can be a game changer. I'm Kevin Frazier. We'll see you next time right here on EA Sports Game Changers.